Doctor, how can your solution lead to a healthier planet?
Very simple. You just have to witness the damage we've done through our current waste management practices and damage we've done through using the resources, the extreme pressure we're putting on our planet. If we can use less resources because we get some more resources, our byproducts, we solve two problems. We solve both the problems of resource management and the problem of waste management. And I think the two have the same solution.
So, Doctor, how will your solution benefit the Canadian economy?
Well, there's two different things. One of them is that basically a local resilience, and the other one is export. If we do create a market, right now most of our products are exported, so that definitely contribute in the Canadian economy, but also locally that we can have the opportunity to bring more resilience to our operations. For example, as the Canadian Coast Guard, which using our technologies, has the capacity to stay at sea longer because now they have a way to managing their waste streams. They don't have to come back to port. So both the resilience of our society and our ability to export products can be impacted by our technologies.
Yeah, and just simply amazing, made here in Canada. And you have a unique solution. Talk to us about the challenges of bringing a new product to market.
Well, it's mostly the habits of people. It is very difficult to change people's habits. I think that people panic if you tell them there will be no garbage truck coming by anymore, or that the sewers are now plugged up and closed and finished. We have to think of different solutions. And additionally, it's also the vested interest because, as I said earlier, there's an industry that supports all this. And it's a very profitable business. So you try to disrupt a kind of an operation that is both ingrained into our thinking and also extremely profitable for some people. So this is a real challenge, and that's why we are more successful in people that do not use the current system, like as I mentioned before, ships and hospitals, than we are with communities.
Amazing. So let's talk about the most challenging aspect of operating a business in Canada, especially one that is getting a new product to market.
Well, I'll talk about the most challenging, but I also have to say that Canada is a great place to actually innovate and to bring new products to market as a product introduction phase. The challenges begin actually later on because Canada has a very small local market for our products. And Canada does not generally use clean tech. We're a resource-based economy, and we don't think of clean tech until recently, at least, as something that we should introduce into our operations. So you basically have a very small market available here in Canada for our products, and that's compensating the other side of it, which is basically great innovation environment. So what happens very often is Canadian companies, innovative companies like ours, they grow in Canada, and at some point they're being bought out by other foreign interests because they can offer them access to much bigger markets.
So where do you see as your biggest marketplace globally?
Biggest marketplace globally in terms of markets, I think right now our marine market is very, very important to us. The healthcare market is extremely important and much bigger than the marine market in the longer term. And of course, the military is also offering us a very attractive market right now. Military and security, Coast Guard, Navy, so on, people like that. But our biggest market on the long term is actually communities. And this is where we can make a real transitional impact into our behavior. If we can get communities to actually have a system for utilizing their byproducts, this could make just to give you an example, in Canada, in the northern communities, Arctic communities, we can probably generate about half the heat they need for their homes by simply using their waste. So this could be a huge, huge potential market for us globally, not just in Canada. That's the second stage of growth. So for the first stage of growth, it's basically military, government, and healthcare.
So how do you get the word out about your products? You're an innovator, you've got great technology. How do you spread the word?
Well, our actions are the most important thing. What our clients say about us is more important than what we say about us. So for example, in the marine sector, everybody talks to everybody else. It's a very close-knit market. So how we perform in our initial installations has an impact of what we're going to do in subsequent situations. The same thing goes for other markets in the government sector, for example. The work we're doing right now with the Canadian Coast Guard is very relevant to us in terms of how the market perceives us in terms of being capable of providing real clean solutions.